Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the brainwashing of the American society. Just about every average American in this country is brainwashed. The same brainwashing techniques that Hitler used during World War II was used and is constantly being used by certain things we'll talk about. The same brainwashing techniques that the communist Chinese and the North Koreans used on the American soldiers they captured and on their society. The same brainwashing techniques that was used by Saddam Hussein on his people in Iraq. The American people, you are being totally brainwashed. I listen to some talk shows and they talk about our school system brainwashing. Well, believe it or not, they're wrong, because school systems, the only thing that makes them dangerous is they do teach people to think. And when people start thinking while they're young, they look for answers. Why do you think political activists are young? Because they're not lazy. Our society is so lazy, they allow themselves to be brainwashed. Our society is the cause of the major problems because we permit ourselves to be brainwashed. Now, how are we being brainwashed, may I say? Because a lot of you people just say, I'm not brainwashed. I'm not brainwashed. I'm free thinking. Are you? Let me ask you a few questions. How many presidential candidates were there in this last election? Can you name 6? You could say, okay, there was Obama, there was McCain. Some of you know about the Libertarian Party, but you probably don't know his name, and some of you know Ron Paul. That's about it, 4. There was 120 or more. Okay? And you don't know nothing about them because you were brainwashed. You were brainwashed to pick who they wanted you to pick. And you did. Yes, our incoming president is going to make political history as being the first black American, and I give him all the credit for that. But he didn't run in a fair election because the people were being brainwashed. Was it his fault? I don't know. He had enough money. Maybe he did buy. He bought time on TV. He bought up an internet channel. He bought all kinds of things. So, yeah, he needed them to brainwash the thinker. See, brainwashing causes people to stop thinking freely and start thinking the way the organization wants you to think. This government or the organization or the society, to make you conform to their standards. Now, how are you brainwashed? How many presidential candidates did you see on the media? I mean, your liberal stations, quote unquote, cry about the fair time doctrine, but they gave no other candidate the time they gave Obama and McCain in the news coverage. You didn't even see them. How many times, for example, did I appear on any news network? ABC News knew about me, NBC News, CBS News, and they knew other things. And they knew I could not be allowed to do a commercial. Now, qualifications for a president. You're being brainwashed that a president needs special qualifications, like be in the Senate, be in the government, this. No. The qualifications that a president needs is, 1, to believe in the Constitution, understand the American people, and believe in the American people, and serve the American people. The rest of the expertise that he needs is out there. He'll be running at his door. Whoever becomes president, everyone says, me, pick me. The difference between our president-elect and me is I get to pick anybody in this country. He has to go with his party, who they want. So, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I correct? Think about it. This is what I say. Don't think Republican. Don't think Democrat. Allow your mind to search for the truth. And once you find the truth, you will then think American. Stop Stop being lazy. You are the reasons things are the way they are. You believe the lies and stories that you are fed. So, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to go out there and revolt. I'm not telling you to take over the country. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. I am telling you, read your Constitution. Understand what I say when the real power in our government is in you, the individual. Understand that our Constitution is a living document that is only as strong as you, the living individual. And you must search for the honest truth. Then, don't believe your news, your media. I found out back when I was a teenager that the news, the media, is totally incorrect and is a brainwashing machine of their organization. They want you to believe their point of view, their idea, and they do everything in their power to push it. We don't have an honest, fair, truthful news or talk show in this country that looks objectively. I wish I could give you one. I wish I could, because I would bring both leftists and rightists and say, why do you think your idea is right over the other person? And let you, the American people, decide. We have people like Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, and all those who push party ideas, party agendas. And I mean, Rush Limbaugh is the prime example of trying to brainwash his people. The whole time during the presidential primaries, he was totally against McCain. Totally. And then when the Republicans selected him as to be their candidate, oh, this guy's so great now. No, he's a piece of garbage, and he was from the beginning. He had no leadership ability. He could not be a president. He did not have the abilities that a president needs, which is not 100 years in the Senate, 10 years in the Senate, 2 years in the Senate. It's not being a governor. Actuality, Sarah Palin had maybe 1,000 times more abilities to be a president than McCain. And McCain's wife probably 100 times more the leadership ability than McCain. But Rush Limbaugh said, the Republican Party, instead of being truthful to the people, instead of looking for the truth, he could have brought the truth to everybody. But he did. He wants to brainwash his way. That's why I refuse to join any particular party unless they can accept me as a total independent and let their party understand that, yes, we're going to be a total independent. I have no objection to being a candidate for the next presidential election in any major party. But they got to understand we are going to be truly independent. We're going to guide ourselves by our forefathers' beliefs, the Constitution. We're going to push the Constitution, and we're going to do everything we can to open up the American people's mind from the brainwashing media. You're being pushed down your throat 24/7, 365 days a year. Yes, America, you are brainwashed. No less than communist Russia was, communist China was, communist North Korea. It's just they say they do it in the name of freedom, but they still brainwash you. Look at our political system. The parties select the candidates, and then we vote for them. Sounds familiar from high school? Have a nice day. This is JD.